Hi there, this is John Barton from JB Cases. Today real quick I'm going to go over something that I see a lot on forums, and it's basically this. Someone says, hey, I want to buy a case, what do you guys recommend? And most of the time, a lot of people will recommend JB Cases. Probably they get recommended so much that other people get tired of hearing it. But once in a while I'll see somebody recommend a knockoff brand. And they will say something like XYZ knockoff brand is exactly like a JB case but cheaper. And I'm here to tell you that that's simply not true. And I'm going to show you why very quickly. But keep this in mind. When you buy a JB case, you're getting a case that is built with 4 foundational principles. And those are exactly in this order here. So hopefully you guys can see this okay. Come on, autofocus. Okay, good deal. Can we see it? I don't know. We'll zoom in on it, all right? So we're going to zoom in on the whiteboard here. And what we have is protection, durability, comfort, custom, all backed with a lifetime warranty. Okay? Now, what does that mean real quick? So, protection. Protection means simply we build from the inside out. So, when I say that, I mean that we focus on padded protection, making sure your cues are held snugly, making sure that they can't rattle. If the case gets dropped, they're not going to bang against each other. If the case gets inverted, they're not going to fall out accidentally. And we wrap that around that protection. We wrap it with a pure PVC tube that is unadulterated. It's no recycled materials in there, no air bubbles, no streaks, nothing that's easy to crack, nothing that gets brittle in the cold and will easily break. And we engineer that on purpose because we want it to be durable. We want that shell protects the soft padding inside. So with that in mind, this is our interior inside the case. This is well padded. It's got double the amount of padding here. It has double the amount of padding right about here. So when you put your cues in, you can easily see everything, you can easily get to everything, but nothing is rattling, nothing is touching. That's what that looks like. Now, that looks exactly the same at the bottom. If I were to open this up, you would see that at the bottom, and you can see that on other videos that we've done. Now, this is the pure PVC tube that I was telling you about. White tubing all the way down. Heavy duty Velcro holds it together down at the bottom. Now this fits in like a cassette. Remember the old days when we used to have cassette players? It fits in just like this. Nice and easy. I usually don't do it upside down like that. Just like that. Pull it up, and there you go. And that is the interior of a JB case. So, protection, durability, comfort. How does it feel in your hand? Can you hold it? Can you carry it without hurting your shoulders? Non-slip suede on here. Ergonomically designed backpack straps, big pockets, easy to get into, well padded jump cue holders in here. So for example, this one I don't have it on there, but this one here, we have well padded jump cue sleeves in here. All of our pockets are fully lined, so you can, anything with Velcro, you can put it in there and sort it out however you want to do it. All the handles, everything is super durable, and it's backed up with a lifetime warranty. So those are the foundational pillars of JB Cases. And we are a custom case maker. So that's our primary business. So we don't make any lines of cases. We don't mass produce anything. We have a workshop. My workshop, we have 25 people working building cases. We can do just about anything that someone wants. You want pockets to be taller, longer, wider, whatever, we can do that. So that's the primary differences between us and these knockoff makers. Now, let's take a look at some of these knockoffs so that you guys can understand what I'm talking about. Because when I say they're not the same, they're not. They look the same because obviously our design look is popular. People like the way that our design looks on our rugged models, what I call the rugged model. And there's a whole history behind that, but in 2011 I came out with a case that I called the basic rugged case. And that's exactly what it was. It was just designed to be basic and rugged, and from there we've expanded it into tons of different designs. But basically these are some knockoffs, not this one. This is ours, by the way, so you'll see we use different materials, looks really cool. We do a lot of limiteds, we do a lot of one-offs, a lot of, just a lot of crazy cool stuff to make it nice for customers to have something neat that no one else has, but still have all of our durability and protection, and backed up by the lifetime warranty and comfort. It's amazing. So this is a brand here that is often touted as being just like a JB but cheaper. They will say things like, oh, it comes from the same factory and all that. No. All these knockoffs are from OEM, no-name factories over there in China. We're in China too. I have a workshop there. It's a workshop. It's not a factory. We don't have an assembly line. We build everything pretty much by hand. Of course we use machinery to do some of the tasks, but it's pretty much handwork. Most of the things we do to build these cases is there's no machine that we throw material in one end and out the other end pops a case, all right? Some of these other guys, they have actual assembly lines where the case is going down an assembly line and it's being put together. I know because I've been in all their factories. Anyway, this one here is a Acme brand case, and you can see I wrote all over it. I said the knockoff, inspect me. 3 years ago this problem was discovered in this knockoff. 3 years later, still not fixed. The problem is that it's got very thin material here at the bottom, and it stops further up the case, but from where the foam rubber is, so that it's not fully lined. Your cues can clack against each other inside this case, and but at the top of the case, they made it look like our case. Now I'll show you a different one here in a minute, but you can see it has some foam rubber. It kind of feels like our case, but if you feel it, there's hardly any padding on the sides of it. The tube is really weak. The material looks the same, but it's not the same. This material that they use is porous. It's weak. It's made to look like our material, but it's not. It's not as good a quality as what we do, and it tears up easily. Ours is waterproof. So our rugged material here is waterproof. So no water can get through that, and that's a big part of the protection. But beyond that, it's just tougher. It's just a much tougher material. Okay, our zippers are better. You can see here. You can see here how these have all been torn off here. They're easy to tear off. I'll show you. Watch. I gotta kind of bring it around here where it's, see, ready? Just like that. That's how easy it is to tear these up. So this case right here was about 3 years after they came out with their first knockoff, and just cheap little nylon kind of sleeve for a jump cue with a zipper right there, so if you like dings in your cue, you can get that. It's just crazy. There's just so many bad things on here, but it does look like our case, right? So now we fast forward to more knockoffs. You can see here, there, looks like ours, right? Go to the bottom, still the same problem. Now it's even taller up here, so your cues can clack together. I took one of these back from a customer, and he had quarters that had fallen into the bottom. He was using this little sleeve here, and he had quarters, and he forgot to close it. He closed it, quarters fell to the bottom, and the quarters were just all hanging out in there, going up and in. He had all kinds of scratches on his cues and stuff because of having this loose change basically riding around in his case with his cues clacking together. So yeah, this is the allegedly new and improved version of the knockoff, and they didn't even fix the things that they had problems with years before, and then they went and they put like worse zippers on here. These zippers are cheap. They look good, but they're cheap. They're terrible zippers. We use YKK zippers, the very best available. And we test them. So that's one thing there. So let's see here very quickly. I'm curious. Yeah, see how easily that just broke off right there? So that is what you're looking at. So if that breaks off easily, then this part right here will also break off easily. So yeah, that's the case. It looks good because it's our design. But it's not the same case. It's not anywhere close to our case in construction and quality. And obviously they don't back it up with any kind of a warranty that's close to ours. The handle sucks. It's hard to hold on to, not comfortable at all. It's because they have to take shortcuts. So here's another one. This is their 4x8 model. You can see how crappy this material is here. This is a mess in here, already tearing up down here. So, nothing good about that. Let's see, let's test this zipper real quick. And see how easy it is to break it off. Let's see. And there you go, all done. Doesn't take much effort at all, right there. It's going to fall off anyway later. Let's see what they did on the inside here of the pocket. Any better? So instead of a sleeve, now you have these elastic bands for your jump cues or whatever. So that's, they don't care about your jump handle. They don't care if it gets knocked around with everything else. They've got some cheap little pockets here that are going to tear off easily. I mean, the quality of the way that these cases are built and sewn is just not good. And what they're trading on is they're trading on the look. So right here, they show you something that looks like this. So it appears to be well protective, but it's not, because they take it away down here. They have good padding here, terrible padding here, and on some of these cases, even for some reason, the padding just stops way up here. The whole liner stops way up here, so it's like a clothespin effect. So the actual durability, the actual comfort is nowhere close to our case. This thing here slides all over the place. This is what ours looks like. Suede right there, genuine suede. Offset, so it's ergonomically friendly. The ones that we do single D-rings, we do great big D-rings on here, so it'll spread it out too if you decide to put an extra shaft on it. Everything has a lifetime warranty. Everything, the quality is just so much better. Not even close. But let's talk about price. So the next part of what they say is it's exactly like a JB case, they say. Not true. But cheaper. Okay? So let's talk about that. So this case right here, they sell this case for I believe $225 on their website. If this case were from us, it would be, let's see, 4x8 is $220, $230, $240, $265 would be the price of this case if it were a JB case. So you can buy it for $225, or you can spend $40 more and you can get a case that is better in protection, better in durability, better in comfort, and has a lifetime warranty. And if you decide to, you can have your choice of any combination of two colors for that price. So you can go on our web designer online, and we have like 16 or 18 colors. You can choose any of those in any combination you want and get a better case. One of the things they do is they have plastic here. This plastic tears up, it's terrible. Ours are fully lined with the same material, same piping as the rest of our case. We have many different pocket styles. We have all kinds of construction. It's crazy the amount of differences that we have from an original JB case to something like this. The bottoms of these, this is one of the brands. This is I think Acme, or yeah, Acme. Acme is one of those brands. Talk about warranty. Ask them what their warranty is. So this is the bottom of this. This is how easily that all this stuff tears up. You can just easily tear this off without any problem. See how easily that comes off? Now, I invite you to try to do that with our case. Where's a case? Here's a case. So this one is used for a long time on there, but I want to show you, look at that. It's sewn. It's sewn and glued in there so that it's very durable and tough. Look at this. That's after like 5 years of use. Right there. We use better materials all the way around. Here's where's that other one I just had? Here. So this is the JB. Take a look at that. That's how it's sewn. This whole piece right here, just the construction of this piece takes so much longer and is done so much better than those knockoffs. It's not even funny. But you're not going to see that as a consumer. So as a consumer, if you own one of these knockoff brands, you might think, oh yeah, sure, it's just like a JB but cheaper. But there's a reason why it's cheaper. It's because they spend so much time cutting corners to get the cost down. That's why it's cheaper. Okay, here's one right here with look how thin that is. Look where that stops. It's way up here. This was easy to crack, this tube on here. Let's take a look at what else we got going on here. So they have a similar like sleeve in here, but it's not nearly as padded as ours. Let's see how good their zipper pulls are, if they're any better than the other one. So this is a little bit stronger, so that's good. You know, that's okay. That's better than the Acme, but it's still a knockoff, still a cheap knockoff here. But yeah, that's a J&J. So you can see there. Let's take a look at the inside here and see. Let's see how much this case was. This case is $210, okay? Retail, $210. That's what the interior looks like. So it looks like our interior. Then they take it away from you at the bottom. Also not removable. So not removable, so if anything happens to the interior, you're stuck with it. not removable, no warranty. If this case was a JB case, exactly in this configuration, it would be $220 and comes with a lifetime warranty. Okay, now, this case was on sale at a show. $170 it says. So it was $40 cheaper than the retail price. So let's compare that. If it was a JB case, it would be $220, right? And it would be $40 cheaper to buy the knockoff, but then you get a worse case, no lifetime warranty, terrible protection. Actually, the way they built this interior is possibly dangerous to cues because it creates a fulcrum effect. The cues can clack against each other here at the bottom because it's thicker at the top and thinner at the bottom. So they've basically made it like a clothespin. So every time you hit a bump, your cues are hitting each other. I've got videos online, you can see that. So, you know, that's a J&J. But J&J doesn't make any claims of durability. You know, they don't make any claims like Acme does of being great. And the Acme cases are not great. Okay, here's another one here. This is also a J&J. You can see I tore the pocket off quite easily. Same thing here at the bottom. Now, I want you to see something else. This case was, I believe that this one was $200 retail, which matches ours for the same size case. Ours is also $200. But look at the bottom on this case. See here how it's just sewn on like that. There's no protection whatsoever. So how long is it going to be before that tears up? And that's what you're looking at. You've got one piece of foam rubber there and then empty space for some reason. You know, just empty space in there. You have here a thin piece here. Okay, so you had a little piece of cardboard in there. But, I mean, they can build stuff that looks like our case, but they don't want to build stuff that performs like our case, that actually works like our case, because if they do that, this is like a fake suede on here. You know, I mean, they're trying, but obviously they want to try because they see that our cases are popular. But I'm just telling you guys, you consumers out there, this is not the same case. It's not. And if you're paying anywhere close to the same price as ours, even with a $40 difference, it is my opinion that you are not getting anywhere close to good value for your money on that. Even if you paid half, it still wouldn't be a good value because these cases are not, they're not protective. They're even worse than not protective. They actually are built in such a way that they can cause damage just through normal use, just from driving around and hitting potholes. Dropping your case, you know? How often do you trip and drop your case or something? You know, do you want those cues hitting each other? No, you don't. If anything happens to your interior, do you want to be able to take it out and fix it? To be able to wash it? To be able to replace it if you have to, you know? Sometimes interiors just get old and worn out. You know, you've stuffed it in there so long and you just want to change. So with us, you can just buy a new interior and it's like having a brand new case again. You can't do that with them. You have to throw the whole case away and start over. And you start over with still a worse case than a JB case. So no. There are no knockoffs of JB cases that are just like JB cases and cheaper. Not yet, at least. So until the day comes when someone's able to put that out, that's the way it's going to be. So remember, JB cases is protection, durability, comfort, ease of use, custom. Okay? There's nobody out there who's doing as much custom as we are. They're not even close. We'll do decoration in a different video. But that's my answer today to the XYZ brand is just like a JB but cheaper. Nope, sorry, that's not true. I know that some of you guys get tired of hearing other people recommend JB cases. I get it. You know, if I were looking for a case, I'd probably be like, damn, is there anything else but JB out there? And the fact is, there are a lot of good cases out there. These knockoffs are not them. So, you guys have a good day. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.